Hi grade 8s. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn to multiply fractions. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. The first way is using a model, in this case using some graph paper. Second way I'm going to do it is by showing you just how to use the numbers and how to multiply them across. So first thing I want you to do, look at the denominators. Okay. So in this case, I want you, because the denominator is 3, I want you to go down 3. Okay. Second thing I want you to do is, because the other denominator is 8, we're going to go across 8. So let me count this out carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So color in that line. And then I'm going to build this nice rectangle like that. Okay, perfect. Now here's the key to this. The top tells us how to color in the next two. So for example, we're going to color in 2 going down because it's 2 of the 3. And we're going to go 3 across. So you can see we're now 2 across and 3 across. So I went 2 down and I'm going 3 across, and I colored in that rectangle. Now here's the cool thing, the groovy thing, is you can see how much do I have colored in. Well, it's pretty clear here. I've got 6 squares colored in. What was the total number of squares? Well, it was 3 by 8. So that was 24. So my answer to multiplying these two fractions of 2/3 times 3/8 is 6/24. Now, before we go any farther, one thing I want to ask you is 6/24 in lowest terms. We usually like to end our question always in lowest terms. So we ask ourselves, can you divide a number by the top and bottom here? And if we do, we want to ask ourselves, is that the biggest number we can divide by the top and bottom? So a lot of people would say, oh yeah, like you can divide 6 by 2 and 24 by 2 because they're both even. So I look at this and I say 6 divided by 2 is 3. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now, I need to ask myself, is it in lowest terms? Could I divide the top and bottom by another number? And you can say in this case, we can actually divide the top and the bottom by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the answer is actually, in lowest terms, 1/4. So I'm going to just write an equal sign up here. 1/4. Okay? So that's how you can use a diagram to actually multiply fractions. Groovy, right? Well, now let's try something else. So let's try doing this just with numbers. Now, I like multiplying fractions. It's probably the easiest operation you get to do with fractions. I always think of it as, here's the rule, top to top, and bottom to bottom. Pretty simple. When you're multiplying here, you're going to multiply the top two numbers and you're going to multiply the bottom two numbers. So let's start first with the top two numbers. 2 times 3 gives you 6. Now let's try the bottom two numbers. 3 times 8 gives us 24. Voila! We're almost done. Now the question is, can we reduce it? So 6/24. Now ask yourself, what's the biggest number that can divide into both of these? Last time I used 2 right away, but there's actually a bigger number that can divide into both of these. And that, if you can hit the biggest number right away, it saves you a couple steps. So in this case, you can see we can divide 6 by 6 and also 24 by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is 4. Voila! There is our solution. So key idea here, when you're multiplying fractions, top times top, bottom times bottom, we're good. Don't forget to reduce. Have a good one.